Hi, today we're going to talk about a photo shoot I did for Kurij Drink Maker. They wanted a trendy lifestyle series that spoke to people enjoying life using their product. So we basically rented a house for the day and shot a number of different images with different feels throughout the home. We chose a home that had a great set of different, each room kind of had a very different feel. And one of my favorites from this was this loft space. Felt to me like a city apartment. So I'm going to talk about this image and how I created the look and feel that that Kurij wanted for selling their product. As you see, here's the final image. We're going to just disable that layer and go back to the original image. This is straight from the camera. I didn't do any processing on this image. Everything that I've done has been in layers. The first thing I did was I looked for some problems in the image, and I noticed in here, down here in the corner, there are some scratches on the floor. So the thing I wanted to do first was just remove those scratches and get rid of the glaring flaws in the image. So I used the healing brush and simply healed that up. It was a pretty quick and easy fix. Now the next thing that was a major problem is the Kurij label had that long highlight running down through it. It's probably easy to tell how I lit it. It was a very large light source directly behind me. I used a 7-foot octobox, and it was actually outside on a balcony shooting in through the window. So what I did is I took one of my other images of a can from the same basic perspective and laid that in, and I did that in 2 layers. The second layer, as you see, it became a little bit dark, a little bit. It jumps out more than maybe it would naturally. But one of the things that I did is I did final edits on this image with the client, and they really liked that 3D kind of popping effect that label had. Then what we wanted to do is we wanted to make this feel kind of like a nighttime, even though you can see the sky in the background and it's light out. It just kind of was that evening nightlife kind of feel image to it. So I did a blue filter around the edges and kind of just pulled it in, and as you can see, it draws your attention in towards the center and in towards the meat of the image, which is the lifestyle interaction of the cool guy playing the guitar and the girl that's really into him. And then to increase that, I did a little bit of vignetting. As you can see, if you look up here in the upper left corner, as I toggle that, you can see that the books were really kind of just jumping out in the edge. So I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted it to be more of a, it was distracting. So the next thing we decided to do was I wanted a kind of timeless feel to it. So an easy way to do that is to decrease the saturation. It starts to look a little bit older and very difficult to date. And then I warmed it up a little bit. We could have went with the sepia tone, but that's more of an antique feel. This warm just kind of gives it a nice warm feeling. The client really liked the warmth of the image, the intimacy. We kind of feel like we're part of this image. Then the next thing I wanted to do was, there's just too much detail around the outside of the image. Those books over there, you can, if we zoom in, I'm sure you can read the titles of the books, and we didn't want that. We wanted to draw the image in. So I did a blur layer, and then I used the layer mask and just masked out the center of the image where I wanted the eye to focus. The next thing that we did was we darkened the image a little bit. As you can see, the way I did that was basically just using levels and drawing that middle up to keep the blacks where they were and the highlights where they are, and just drag the midtones down a bit. That's pretty much it, except for down here we have an obvious trademark. That F is, everybody knows what that F is from, so I just went in and made it a heart, just to kind of change the trademark a bit. That's pretty much the completed image. One other thing that I really wanted to point out about this image was that I shot it a bit wide so that the copywriters could put text along the bottom and along both edges if they choose, or wherever they choose. That the central image is really the focus, and the rest of the image just supports that central intimacy that we need to feel. My favorite crop is simply like that. I think that image stands alone the best, but for an advertising use, if it's going to be big, I think giving it room to breathe and a place to put ad copy is important. So that's it. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the quick overview of how I made this image. Bye.